Here we go, let's move out. And, well, Eternal Bond's playing, so you know who has the upper hand in this battle. Gatries has a lot more movement than I thought he would, though. Yeah, I told you that you'd be getting used to Eternal Bond. It plays for pretty much all of Ike's chapters from now on. At this point, all I'm really doing is just getting into position. I'm not going to go for Meteor just yet. And as for Har, okay, let me see if I can lure in some of those Wyvern Riders. Well, Draco Knights, Dragon Masters, whatever. Do you have any ranged weapons? No, you don't, so I can safely go ahead and do this. I don't know if Har can double any of them. I guess we'll find out. As for Ranulf, I think I'll let his transform gauge raise naturally here. I don't feel too worried about Zehawk in this one. I haven't really trained him all that much. And let's just shove miss as much as possible. Just to make sure they get to an A support. Oh, yes it is! And considering you're controlled by the AI, it's going to be much tougher. I just hope that none of you do anything too stupid, and by that I mean waste your weapons. Kind of interesting to see the battle backgrounds here in the light. And yeah, we have the Dawn Brigade's second battle theme as our... Yep, thankfully we doubled, nice. As our enemy phase theme here. I still really like that, it's just interesting how... And it kind of works too. We'll be seeing much, much more of that as we go through part 3. So... Oh yeah, as you can probably tell from the last part, I showed the preview movie now, because the reason why I didn't want to show that earlier is because I didn't want to spoil the fact that Micaiah is fighting against Ike in part 3. Because it is a pretty big plot twist, and... Oh yeah, the water massively slows you down. I feel like if I do move Ike down there, everything's going to pile in on Ike. I guess I can just send him down there. So yeah, that's why I didn't want to show that before. But I felt like it was the right time to show it now. So, yeah, this chapter's actually can be pretty boring if you just decide to turtle up here, which you can very easily do. This map will only end when, I could lure in a few of these guys. Gotta be careful of the mages, though. Oh, that guy's a longbow, but longbows are pretty pathetic in this one. But you can very easily just turtle up on the top part of the map and just repeatedly end your turn. But where's the fun in that? These chapters, to me, are a lot more interesting if you go for as many boss conversations as possible, because there are actually a lot of special boss dialogues here, and a lot of very interesting things that you can do. It's also, I don't know, I find it really fun to fight yourself. Or at least the characters that you've trained. At this point, though, the Grail Mercenaries are likely to be greatly outmatching the Dawn Brigade characters. But there is a duel that I do want to do, let's just say. Oh, I forgot that Har was the last character I had to move. Yeah, Nephany is probably not going to be killing here thanks to a Javelin. And even Disarm's not really going to help that much, because Heather's not here to steal their weapons. I mainly equip this for the Mage, though. Now, depending on how things go, I might even be hitting third tier on Nephany during this chapter, which would be kind of fun, actually. I haven't really had that happen before. I usually third tier Nephany and Har with bonus experience during the next one. So, yeah. It'll be kind of interesting to see. What the heck are you doing? I'm kind of confused. I mean, you'd think that guy is running back to Micaiah to warn her to send in reinforcements or something, but there's no gameplay mechanic that works that way, and yes, I'm glad that I equipped the hand axe. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I'm doubling, though. Would have appreciated a little bit more speed on Har, but it's probably fine. Even with a hand axe, he's still two-shotting you. Though hand axes are pretty strong in this one. Not doubling you either. Okay, gotta watch out for that guy. And annoyingly, there are physics staffs in play. And very soon, yep, right now, right on cue. So, no fanfare whatsoever, but Janeth and Ulki have now... I forgot Rayson. I'm pretty sure I can still... Yeah, I can still talk to them, but why did I forget Rayson? You know what? I'm actually going to still do this. So what I want to do is I want to have Ike talk to Janeth and Ulki right now. Rayson can also do it, but as you can probably tell, you can recruit them to your side, and I recommend that you do as fast as possible, because these two actually have pretty major NPC-itis. Their stats are actually very, very good, but... let's just say that if you leave Ulki alone without recruiting him, he has this annoying tendency to fly all the way down here and charge a crossbow user. I'm not kidding, I've actually seen him do that before, so you want to cure him of NPC-itis before he can do that, obviously. Okay, you are annoying. Obviously, I want Mist to not be in range of you. Let's, might as well just use the Iron Lance. At this point, I'm just going to charge straight in. I'm really not worried about any of these enemies, except for, again, that Wyvern Rider against Mist. I am a little worried about Jill, though. She's kind of strong in this playthrough, and I really don't want her to be doing, Actually, let me check something. Okay, I do double Meteor that guy, but that is 2 Meteor uses spent, and I do need to make sure that I have 2 in reserve. Let's see. I think Mia can go in the thickets here. Even with, Weapon Triangle, you still have virtually no chance of hitting her. Okay, there's Adept. I would much rather a Killing Edge than a Woo now, but we haven't really had much opportunities to get Killing Edges here. I mean, I could have bought one during, part 2 and transferred it, over with Ha rather than, keeping it on, I think it's still on Makalov, which is admittedly a little bit dumb. Probably shouldn't have done that, but anyway. Let's Sky Sentinel you. I want to break through the initial rush of enemies as fast as I can, because it's really not all that interesting. They're just pretty much nothing compared to the Ground Mercenaries. Yeah, level 8, 2nd tier. Not really all that good against us. Yep, I'm going to have Nephany forge ahead. Now I'm remembering my hard mode playthrough of this chapter, where I actually did do the exact same thing. I think Nephany was a lot lower level there, though. That was decent accuracy for me, though. You know, I'm kind of tempted to use 2 Meteors to get rid of the Wyvern Lord. Yeah, I know they're called Dragon Masters in this one. I still prefer to call them Wyvern Lords, because, seriously, they're Wyvern Lords. Right, yeah, because, I mean, I could have Mist run away and just keep shoving Void, but I like having a healer here. Yeah, and it doesn't even look like, if I had, say, Mist heal Nephany, I don't think much could attack her, so... Alternatively, I could have Soren heal Nephany. In fact, that's probably a lot less risky. Oh, yeah, I just realized Soren. Yeah, now that I have Soren as a backup healer, I can probably afford to drop Mist a little more often than I normally would. Okay. You know what? Maybe... I don't really like having to do this, but... because everyone else in range of this Wyvern Lord, even Ranulf, I'm totally content to let get attacked. Have to remember that Soren can heal now. I kind of want him to get to a... in fact, he's going to hit a C-rank in Starves in not that long of a time. And that'll be great, because that means he'll be able to use Physic. I guess Ranulf can even start going down there. And then Har... yeah, Har does need healing. I think at this point, you're going to get annoying if with, like, peppering me from range if I leave you alive. So I'm going to have Har whack you and then run. And then Har will go over here to deal with... there are going to be Wyvern Lord reinforcements later. Sometimes I like to have Har fight Nolan and Aaron, but I don't know if that's really going to be worth my time here. Because Nolan is going to be very, very hard to take down in this playthrough. I still don't know what that Swordmaster is doing. Really don't know what that Swordmaster is doing. But yeah, here's another crossbow, so for that reason, you want to make sure Janeth and Ulki are on side as quickly as you can. Which is why I usually like recruiting him with Rayson, but I'm pretty sure I can do it too. And I forget if I think they automatically join, oh, okay. Well, more weapon experience for Soren, I guess. First time we're seeing him be forced to use a staff counterattack. I forgot how funny the staff counterattack animation with mages was. I forgot they jumped into battle like that. But yeah, that did give weapon experience. But that is, of course, a great sign of the downsides of equipping styles in the enemy phase, because Soren would have easily won round at that guy if... Okay, thankfully they don't move very far. And yeah, those are the Wyvern Lord reinforcements I was talking about. Okay, please tell me that I can actually recruit them. Yep, obviously, because the theme is playing. Of course, Raisin would probably say, no, I don't need protection if he was here, but Raisin's actually not here. And talking to one of them recruits both of them, as you can probably tell. So, I had to give 2 more bios now. Here is Janeth. There's not a lot I have to say here, as Janeth and Ulki are both very similar. They are, like Ranulf, some of the best non-royal Lagoos in the game. Of the two, Janeth specializes in strength, skill, and defense, and also comes with a Wild Heart scroll in case you want to use that on either of them. They both make pretty good use of that. Janeth still has his signature Insight skill, which still gives plus 20 to hit, which is not really the best bonus. But now it also gives plus 5 vision in Fog of War. Though, I'm pretty sure there's only 1 chapter left in the game where that'll make a difference. Overall, Janeth is incredibly powerful at this point in the game, and will continue to be powerful for quite a while. And Ulki. In contrast to Janeth, Ulki specializes in HP, speed, and resistance. It's kind of strange, in Path of Radiance, Janeth was the fast one and Ulki was the powerful one, but here it's reversed. I think this build fits Ulki's Vigilance skill a lot better though. Vigilance still gives plus 20 evasion, which is a much better bonus than Janeth's Insight, and now it also gives plus 20 critical evasion, which makes Ulki nearly impossible to critical outside of killer weapons. He also has higher weight than Janeth, letting him rescue more effectively. One other thing these two are great for is, firstly rescuing, and also having both Canto and Shove at the same time. I find Ulki works better for utility thanks to his lower power and higher evade rate, while Janeth is slightly better for straight up attacking, but they're both very, very good. So as you can tell, they're a lot better than they were in Path of Radiance. They're insanely powerful, so I want to make good use of that. Though I don't really want them fighting Nolan and Aaron, because I feel like they don't really have that. I mean, admittedly, Har doesn't really have a personal beef with them either, but I don't know, it's probably more fun to fight them with Har than with Janeth and Ulki, at least to me. Speaking of which, though... Okay. I really want Soren to attack something, but... also need to be careful of Zihak, because Zihak may actually be a bit of a threat to Soren. Only a bit of a threat, though. And I want to send Mia down here because, like I said, there's something that Mia needs to do in this chapter. Well, she doesn't need to do it, but I really want her to do it. It's gonna kind of be a bit of a no contest, though, because Mia is doubling this guy. I'm sure you know what I'm referring to, but this is one of the first times that I trained both of them in one playthrough, and I really want to have a bit of a rivalry going on between them, so, I mean, a one-sided rivalry at this point, because, as I said, Mia's pretty much going to wreck his face off. There's no chance Edward's going to win this, because Mia does double him, but let's just say Edward might get his revenge later. Okay, Rolf, you're doing decently, but I would appreciate if your level ups were good. Can't quite get in there. But you are forced to attack Rolf from range, which is good. And I guess Gatry can head down here and let's just smash you. You know what? I wonder if this is going to... Yes, it's going to leave you on 1 HP. That's fine. Gatry probably wouldn't have got much more from a kill than he would from just damaging you. Yeah, our experience is starting to taper off a little bit, but that will change later on this part. Can I actually... No, I don't think I can get to you. I really want to have Nephany break through here, but, let's see... Sword Masters... Okay, there's a Worm Slayer down there, but... I feel kind of content with having Soren go here. Let's just use fire, because when all else fails, use fire. That was always an amusing line from Zelda 2, I believe. Please flare. No. Even a regular crit would be nice. The 3rd tier mage critical animation is great, and I think this is our first time seeing a day in general. They actually look pretty cool. That's not bad. Speed's good, because Soren's speed growth is only 35%. And wait a minute, is that... yes, that is Z-Hark, so I don't really like the idea of Z-Hark getting to Soren, but... I mean, I could try and block with Har. That's the annoying thing about those reeds. I guess let's just shift Ranulf, though. And Ike is unfortunately stuck back there for a bit. I will need to make sure that he gets further down here, because he's going to need to fight the Black Knight, but that's a long way off. So do I trust Soren to fight Z-Hark, or do I just put Har in there? You know what, I'm going to go ahead and just... Actually, wait, that's not going to... Yeah. Z-Hark will still be able to attack Soren if I put Har directly in front of him, so Har needs to go one space further forward. But is that in range of the mages? It would appear to be. Har getting hit by multiple mages in a single turn is probably not that good. It's probably better that I risk Z-Hark attacking Soren. Yeah, Wind Edges, here's where the low accuracy of Wind Edges is actually going to mean something, because enemies have low evade stats, and I love being able to Canto after shoving. Enemies have really low evade stats, so when you use Wind Edges, it's usually, like, they usually work out really well for you, but when the enemy uses Wind Edges on you, it's an entirely different story. I really don't want Z-Hark to end up using his Killing Edge, though. Yes, Nethany can head a little bit further in the river while still javelining this guy. But yeah, there's really no chance of you having to deal with Nolan in this chapter unless you were specifically trying to. That might change later in Part 3, but for now, count your blessings. Also, yeah, let's just be thankful none of the Dawn Brigade are 3rd tier yet. Because 3rd tier units as enemies are very, very scary to fight. And you might have already figured this out, but that's why Niall is a lot better in this game. Because all 3rd tier classes have an enemy instantly die skill, and Niall will cancel those. And towards the end of the game, we'll be fighting a lot of 3rd tier classes. So obviously, you want as much protection from mastery skills as possible. It is kind of interesting how Niall has not changed at all since Path of Radiance, but it's a lot more useful just due to the circumstances of the game changing. I guess since there's not that much to talk about at the moment, I can mention how it's interesting. Like, mechanically speaking, Radiant Dawn is very similar to Path of Radiance, but it also feels so different. I know that it's a bit of a cliche to call two games so similar and yet so different at the same time, but the core gameplay is really similar, but I just feel every time that I play Radiant Dawn, it's such a different experience to Path of Radiance. It's a really different experience. The enemies are actually a threat. There are things like biorhythm to contend with. Being sword-locked is no longer a bad thing, thanks to Wind Edges. The way characters work is a bit different as well. The much freer system of reassigning skills. I actually really like the way Radiant Dawn handled skills. Path of Radiance was a good idea in theory, but in practice, the fact that skills were gone forever if you remove them was a little bit punishing. I like the way this game handled it. Like, they made it so that, yeah, you can strip newly joining characters of their skills and give them to people that you're actually training, but there is a downside to that, and that's that a character who starts with a skill gets that skill for free. So you have to weigh up, do I want to keep the skill on this character and keep having it free, or do I want to give it to someone who can maybe make more use of it? And being able to freely transfer skills around is also something that I think works really well. It's, like, I don't know, the skill system in Awakening is alright, but... Okay, Z-Hug doesn't seem to be moving. He often doesn't tend to move very much. Oh, I spoke too soon. So, Z-Arc has a couple of battle lines. He'll only say them... This is his generic any Grail Mercenaries line. He has specific battle dialogue for certain characters. Okay, that crit could be bad. And dodged. That would have been a really good place for you to activate Flare. So yeah, if Z-Arc is trained, he is much, much more dangerous. I just had an idea. This is going to get Ike much further than simply shoving him would. Okay, I'm actually not too bothered by Rolf taking a hit here. He's not really all that flimsy defense-wise. You know, I probably should have put the crossbow, though. But anyway, Awakening a skill system, learning new skills from classes is alright, but you really had to grind a ton before you had anywhere near close to the freedom of skills that you have in this game. Oh boy. Do I... He actually has special dialogue with Ranulf, although the problem with that is that, I can't actually get Ranulf to him right now. You know what? Let's have Nia fight two Swordmasters this chapter. At least Wu Dao's are accurate. I'm so sorry about this, Z-Hawk. I'm so sorry. In Path of Radiance, I generally use you over Mia, so I guess now she's finally getting her revenge. And taking out the player characters, player characters who are now enemy characters, taking them out as quickly as possible is a good thing because it means they waste less uses of their weapons. In fact, seeing a Z-Hawk missed there... Oh, I could have stolen Physic if you hadn't one-rounded. Well, I mean, if Heather was here, but yeah. So yeah, Disarm does work on staves, that's good to know. I'd also probably like to rescue drop Gatry. I might have to do that later. Because for now, what I kind of want to do is have Janeth grab Ike and then drop him. So definitely want Ike to be seeing some action here. And I guess Boyd will continue shoving Mist. Ha needs healing once again. How does Soren... That's okay. It's probably better if I go for something that I can double, though. This will get Soren's fire rank up a little bit. At this point, it really doesn't matter what type of magic you use. The magic triangle, I find, rarely did all that much in the Tellius games, because it only applies when you're fighting other mages, and then you're doing low damage anyway, because, you know, mages versus mages. They all have high resistance. I think I'm probably my best bet is to do that, and then Kanto you into a place where Mist can heal. Because I want Ha to be going around the other side to deal with some other Wyvern Lord reinforcements soon. Because the Wyvern Lord reinforcements from the south are going to be running into us directly, whereas the ones from the west are going to be intercepting us from the side, and we have no one really to intercept them at this point, so I'm going to have to send Ha in that direction. What I will do is I'll send Ha there, Mist heal, and then Boyd's going to shove again. I really, really, really hope that these two get to an A support soon. It's my Conquest playthrough all over again, having to use characters I don't want to use simply because I'm grinding supports. Yeah, I would have kicked out Charlotte in that playthrough because she got massively strength screwed for some reason. I wonder who that reminds you of. Wait, that was... oh no, that's Ike, that's fine. Yeah, I was thinking for a second that was one of the birds, but it's not. But yeah, I would have kicked her out much earlier than I did, but I needed to grind her support because I wanted to get all the paralogs. That's potentially not good. And he dodged anyway, nice. I'm still kind of surprised he hasn't got Flare yet. Third tiers usually activate their mastery skills nearly constantly, but I guess I'm used to using third tiers in endgame. I really shouldn't have put Soren in range of this many Sword Masters because, we all know what happened with Soren and Sword Masters back in the Path of Radiance trial maps. Do not want that to happen again. That's it. Yeah, you still have a Javelin, right? Yes, you do. This is fine. So I am starting to clear out the enemies on this island, which is good because I'm willing to get Ike here. Once again, pointless disarm. But she is starting to trigger that a lot more. Although, wait a minute, no, she capped skill ages ago. That was... I gave her disarm after she'd capped skill, so... It's not like she's really triggering it more. That guy, I believe, has a Storm Sword. So I'll need to watch out for that. Though, 50 accuracy in the hands of the enemy, like I was saying before, is still... I'm surprised that hit, but oh well. More for Mr. Heal, I guess. And yeah, these Wyvern Lords will be directly in our path. I will need to carve a path through those Halberdiers, though, because Ike needs to quickly. I might actually want to do another bird rescue drop on Ike, because that will probably get him across faster than, yeah. Also, beware of attacks from the water, because these enemies will slowly inch their way towards you through said water. Guess Mia can have yet more Swordmaster duels. No, I actually need the Steel Blade. And yeah, this is the guy with the Storm Sword. Doesn't look all that different to a Wind Edge, but the ultimate version of that weapon really looks different. Okay, you're gone. Ranulf has... Yeah, he gets really, really slowed down by the river, which is annoying. And that is exactly enough damage, which is pretty nice. Yeah, 19 is 1 off 20, so 2 19s will be 2 off 40. Which means 38. I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be licking yourself with your paws that have just been in the river, because that might, yeah, not be exactly hygienic. Wait a minute. Oh, you're already 2 spaces away from me because you cantered. That's kind of dumb of you, but I won't question it. Now, knowing Rolf, he's not going to clear either of these. I thought so. That is at least getting closer to leveling up. Alright then. I mean, I could actually have missed attack that thing, but I'd probably... Well, I would rather have Gatry do it, but... Oh, well. In fact, I think it's probably better if I have Har attack you. And then have him canter into range of the other Wyvern Lord. I just noticed that you have the Benyon Wyvern Lord color scheme. I thought that was supposed to be Dayan. Are they... Let me just check. Are they supposed to be Dayan Wyvern Lords? Yeah, it says Dayan. They have the Dayan emblem. Why are they using the Benyon color scheme? That's really strange. Never really noticed that before. I think some of the other Wyvern Lords in this chapter did use the Dayan color scheme correctly. Or did they? I guess I'll see. Alright, that, and then... Yeah, I'm going to go for another rescue drop on Ike, although firstly, I really, really want the Physic guy gone. I will also need to try and clear out these generals, because they need to be gone by the time the Black Knight starts moving. Like I said, I need to clear the way for Ike here. And also Mia, because there's something that Mia wants to do here. As I said earlier in this video, this chapter can be really boring if you just decide to turtle it, which really is probably the easiest way to do it, but I find it's a lot more fun to do as like a self-imposed challenge. If you want to see how many of the Dawn Brigade named characters you can take out, do it. I mean, I kind of wonder if I mean, it's probably a bit mean to go for Meg and Fiona, but I could try. I could try and see if I could get Leonardo too, or even Volug. Having soft fight Ike is also interesting in this chapter, because obviously they have a special boss conversation. Speaking of which... Okay, yeah, let's move Ike a little bit forward. And I don't want Soren to have to deal with more of you guys. Thankfully, though, he is in support range for Ike now. I have to remember that. Although, the time that Soren died to the Swordmaster crit in the trial maps in Path of Radiance, it was while he was in Ike's support range, so maybe that's not such a good thing. Okay, you take Ike. I meant to rescue, not shove. Oh well. I think I'll just have these two hover around here in case I need to do any more rescue drops. But I guess while I'm at it, I can probably, You're not strong enough to shove Randolph, though. I'll just keep shoving Ike a little forward. And speaking of shoving, just for more support points, these two better hit an A after this chapter is done. Is that the same Swordmaster from the very beginning of this chapter who's just running around like a headless chicken? I wonder if that's I don't know if that's an Australian expression or if other countries use that expression. More Swordmaster dueling. Even though you stand absolutely no chance. And there's Vantage. The skill that I never activated on Edward in the last chapter, even though I really should have. I mean, 24%, you'd think he'd get Vantage at least once, but no, he never did. Alright, that's fine. I want Nephany to get a lot of experience, because that might put her in 3rd tier. No, she's getting close. Well, by close I mean almost halfway. And this guy is definitely dead. Let's see if you also have the, yeah, you have the Bednion color scheme. That's really weird. Because Dayan did have its own unique color scheme on Wyvern Lords in the last game, and Bednion had its own unique color scheme on Wyvern Riders, so it's weird that this game seems to be defaulting to just the generic red palettes on them now. But I guess they would look very, very similar to Har if they were using the Dayan color scheme, and Har is, speaking of which, Har's getting very close to 3rd tier. And then everyone is doomed. Okay, good, you guys are getting closer. I don't like that bishop running forward, though, because he might block me from getting where I want to go. And more enemies there. So, yeah, this little, I guess, what do you call it? Shallows. That's what you call it. Area of shallows, to use Age of Empires terminology. And I think I'm going to lock in the Black Knight's range, just in case, you know what? Let's actually lock in Edwards, because we'll see. Okay, Gatry can get mostly across the river this turn. I want to kind of shove Ike a little further forward. Yeah, let's have Ike get in here. Don't want to break my wind edges before I get to the Black Knight, though. And yeah, there is definitely a chance that the Black Knight will crit me. On my hard mode run, it was even more likely, because Ike did not have that much luck, mostly because on my hard mode run, obviously, I didn't have, as much bonus experience, so because on hard mode you're it's Japanese maniac mode for a reason. They literally halve all your bonus experience, and it also costs more bonus experience to level up. So it's extremely difficult to use bonus experience on hard mode, and as a result, you actually do kind of have less stats because you can't just use the bonus experience trick to gain more stats after you're capped. I mean, you can, but it costs a lot more to do it. That's very unfortunate. I guess in that case, I'm actually going to target the mage instead. So yeah, Ike had a lot less luck, and that meant the Black Knight had much higher of a chance of critting him. I mean, I could battle save, and honestly, it's probably for the best if I do use a battle save here. I'm probably going to battle save before fighting Edward, just in case he does something crazy. I've said before that I don't normally like using battle saves during a recorded run, but in this case, I really, really need Ike to not get criticals. Oh, I can't quite get to you, unfortunately. Alright, so what I like doing now is... Actually, wait a minute, let me check something. Alright, there are spaces where I can lure in that Wyvern Lord without luring Jill, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, although, wait a minute, can you... No, you guys can't get to me because, No, you can't yet, so... Gotta make sure I'm very, very careful here. But yeah, I don't think... Actually, no, wait, yeah, Jill doesn't attack Har anyway, so I can safely fly Har near where Jill is. I'm pretty sure that Jill doesn't attack Har anyway. I could be horribly wrong, but I hope I'm not. I really, really need to have Mist heal Soren. But Soren also needs to... I need to remember, if I forget to have Soren, Meteor, and Micaiah in this chapter, then I'm definitely done. I have to reset, so... Obviously, I need to remember that. I think there is treasure in this chapter, but it's really not anything significant. At least not as far as I know. Soren, yeah, that's Soren. Is there still a mage down? Yeah, there is. Just one random mage hanging out over there. Okay, obviously I don't want to shove Miss there, because that would shove her into range of the Wyvern Lord. And I suppose you two can just, I mean, I would shove Rolf, but I think it's probably better for me to rescue drop him with these two. It's the benefits of having two flyers. One can rescue someone, and the other can drop them off. And they can also canto after doing so. It's kind of funny hearing that as the enemy phase. Oh, I'm sure Nephene's okay. Yeah, she's better than okay. And what am I worried about? It's a Thunder Mage. Thunder Mages are terrible in this one. Okay, she's getting pretty close to 3rd tier too. I think the Wyvern Lord's probably going to go for Rolf. Yes, he is. I haven't actually showed Jennifer and Ulgi fighting yet. You've seen Ravens fight, but you haven't seen Hawks fight in this one, and the Hawks actually have some pretty cool animations, although they are very overly long. So yeah, that's what I wanted you to do. And I do have just enough damage, and I'm definitely going to double you before you see it. That, I'm surprised that hit, but oh well. What I kind of like doing is doing hit and run attacks against the... I don't think we've actually seen half critical very much, at least not in the air. His air critical animation is a little different to his ground critical animation. I don't think he does that point and twirl in his ground animation. He just kind of flies backwards a bit and then rams into them. But yeah, I like picking off those mages one by one and then cancelling out of Aaron and Nolan's range so they can't go for him. But you know what? I might want to actually try going for Aaron and Nolan. And normally I consider this really good, it's just that Ike is equipping a Wind Edge, which at this point in the game is kind of weak, so yeah. And I want Ike breaking through here as fast as possible. But soon we'll have Rolf, Nephene, Mia, and Gatry on this front. Ah, stupid physics stuff. Oh no! I completely messed up that. Interesting. I'm so sorry, Jill, but I'm going to have to defeat you now. Let's hope you don't crit me, though. Oh, you have a Brave Axe. Yeesh. Okay, thankfully you're not doubling me, though. Forgot about that Brave Axe, though. Okay, Wrath is nice. Well, this just got interesting. She did not crit me, though, because remember when I was doing my Path of Radiance playthrough and I was showing off the Jill the Traitor scene, and she actually crit and killed Titania? I remember. I definitely remember. Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna have to take Jill down now. There's no two ways about it. Jill is going down. So, I'm so sorry, Jill. But I don't know, I still find it really fun to actually fight your trained characters here. Because the only other times you could do it in the series, I think really was just in Path of Radiance with Jill, and that would kill her, and whatever you did in that situation, Jill was gone forever regardless. But here you have no risk of actually killing them, so... Okay, Rolf is definitely not going to kill her. Well, not kill. Defeat, because this is... Nephene does need healing, however. Oh yeah, maybe I should leave Jennifer. Yeah, they actually are going to double Jill, thanks to them being insane. Seriously, they're incredibly strong here. I might want to try fighting Aaron and Nolan, though I don't know how well it's going to go. Hara has 9 movement. Yeah, he does have 9 movement. Okay, so if I do that, then... I think I will be able to canter away. Or I could just one-shot you. Good. Yeah, one-shotting you is probably, maybe the best option here. I like that I actually am one-shotting mages with the poleaxe now, because I wasn't before. Gotta be careful of Nolan and Tarfos, though. That can quite easily crit me. Okay. Wait a minute. Alright, I guess Edward can't go much further thanks to that stupid general being in the way. Okay, easier to see if I do an overhead view. He can go there, technically speaking, so I could have his destined duel with Mia if I do this, but then he will die, so yeah. And I probably should save Mia for potentially taking out Jill, but you know what? Though sometimes once Edward starts moving, it might provoke the Black Knight into moving. I'm not entirely sure if it does. I know that the Black Knight does eventually start moving, but once he does, you've got to be really careful. He's kind of like how he moves in some of the chapters in Path of Radiance. Except, unlike in Path of Radiance, you actually know he's there from the start of the chapter this time. Okay, yes, Edward can fight Mia, but I don't know if he actually will. I mean, here's the thing. That's no risk to me at all. But, So I do need to shove Rolf a second time, but, if I don't, I'm gonna need to use Pike there. If I don't, And Rolf isn't gonna be able to do it, so maybe it's actually for the best if I have Rolf finish this one, and then I have Pike defeat Jill. Because if Jill stays around for longer, then Nephine's in serious danger, which is really saying something because she normally isn't, but Jill is amazing. Okay, Rolf is getting close to leveling up with Blossom. Let's hope that he actually gets decent stats, and, let's see. I mean, yeah, I should probably just do... Nope, not the one-use Wind Edge. That's not actually going to be enough. Wow, really? And that's River, so, I mean, I could just use Janeth, but I'd sort of rather it be one of the Grail Mercenaries who does it. Okay, let's try this first. And yes, special boss dialogue here. At least we're showing this boss dialogue off. Oh no! Holy, okay, Jill, I know you're ridiculous, but you're an enemy now, so please stop being ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use Janeth now. Crossbow can't get to Janeth from there, which is good. Okay, yeah, this is gonna do it. Didn't want to have to use Janeth for this, but I have no choice. Jill is just too good. She can keep with a 41. I notice I am missing a lot of high hit rates in this playthrough, but... and normally you never want to see that animation, but here it's actually a good thing. So... that will fortunately be the last time I ever have to fight Jill like that. So, that's never going to happen again, don't worry. Gotta be really careful of Nolan, though. Do I have a... yeah, I do have a vulnerary. I mean, I could have used Soren to heal Nephine, but, oh well. Let's just check... is Soren almost... oh no, Soren's not in range yet. Soren needs to actually get pretty close to get Meteor in. I might need to rescue him afterwards, but Meteor, I find, is definitely the easiest way to have Soren get his boss dialogue with Micaiah here. And in fact, Soren's boss dialogue with Micaiah is important for a few reasons. Not just because it helps unlock a special epilogue conversation, but also because it helps you unlock a song in the sound room that you'll never hear otherwise. I'm pretty sure it will play if I have Soren fight Micaiah here. Speaking of songs playing, I actually didn't realize that Leth in the previous chapter used the boss theme that she did. I'd never actually fought Leth before on any of my playthroughs. But that boss theme that played for Leth is interesting. I'll be showing... Well, yeah, it's interesting that was the first time that boss theme plays, because I didn't actually know that. Okay, you need to die because Edward needs to take your place. Thank you, Mia. A nice warm-up... Oh, actually, wait. That might be bad. I would say a nice warm-up for your duel, but you're going into this duel with your health slightly lower. Now I'm just trying to remember, isn't there a boss in a certain video game who, if you go into a duel with them, they actually fully heal you? Because, like, just out of a sense of honor or something? Oh, I think that was in one of the Pokemon games. Yeah, like how N heals you before his fight. Because he says there's no sense in beating a weakened opponent. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what I'm thinking of. That, I think, is cap defense. So, Edward's going to be vastly outmatched here. And here it is. Okay, he actually lasted a round. More than a round, thanks to that stupid... No interfering with a duel! That's it, that guy's dying. How dare he interfere with the duel of the destined rivals? I mean, I know that Edward doesn't wear white, so he can't be... Wait a minute. You are the true identity of Mia's white-clad arch-rival all along! Yeah, she's gonna destroy you now. Anyway, let me just, Oh, I kind of want to take Edward down one-on-one like this. At least he's not using Caladbolg. Yeah, I do want to kind of heal Mia, but no physic, unfortunately. Round 1 goes to Mia. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Edward, that I had Mia do that to you, but it had to be done. Okay, so that's one destined duel over, but the real one that I'm concerned with is later. Okay, you are in range of Micaiah now. Although I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like if Micaiah gets attacked, that provokes the Black Knight into moving. I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. So, Ike needs to get ready, because I'm going to have Ike fight the Black Knight very, very soon. And then, I'm going to have to talk about, quote-unquote, that thing. You know what? Oh, but they have the same... Ugh. I mean, I could try and have a Nephany versus Aaron duel, but I feel like Nolan would come in and steal my thunder. Wait a minute. There's exactly one space that Aaron can reach that Nolan can't, though. The question is, will I have enough time? Well, all those of you in the comments who've been wanting, who've probably been wanting this to happen, I'm gonna do it. And, you're gonna get one-shotted. Yep, getting one-shotted. Exactly getting one-shotted. Nice. This is the real fun of this chapter, I find. Like I said, you can easily just turtle up the top, but I love having matchups between characters on both sides here. Finally, 2 experience off 3rd tier Har. It's almost like the... It's a feeling not dissimilar to the day before your birthday. It's a weird metaphor, but it's kind of how I feel about that. I kind of want Rolf to fight both of them, but both of them combined may kill him. 37 attack versus 20. Yeah, he's probably at risk here. However, is Ulki at risk of... No, Ulki is not at risk of one-rounding them. So that's at least nice. Okay, so what is the bare minimum distance Soren can go and get Micaiah? I think it's here. Yeah, that's the bare minimum. And that means Soren equips Meteor, and... those things attack him, and he won't be able to counter them. Yeah, that's why I like having these enemies gone before I start to go for the Black Knight and stuff. I really, really need to remember, though, Soren has to meteor Micaiah, but maybe I should do that later rather than now. I think Ranulf has special dialogue with... Oh, yeah, he definitely has special dialogue with the Black Knight in this chapter. Trying to think what I do here. I was about to say, oh yeah, I can have Soren go down there and heal Mia, and then heal one round the generals in the enemy phase because of his magic, but oh no, he'll be forced with his staff. So, yeah, stupid staff counterattacks. How much hit rate do you guys have versus Soren? Not much. But something with a steel poleaxe. Oh, and something with a crossbow. Yeah, crossbows have a ton of mine. And then Soft will attack him, so that may end up incredibly bad for me. Wait a minute, you with a poleaxe can actually reach there? Yeah, don't want Soren to be attacked by poleaxes. Although you are in Ike support range. Hit 105, and then Soren is... You have no hit rate against Soren with a poleaxe. However, obviously, don't want Soren to be fighting the Black Knight either. You know, maybe I should send Soren a little bit forward. Depending on how things go here, I might not even... gotta watch out for the crossbow, though. Because the crossbow will definitely be able to get Soren. But I think the crossbow is one of the only things that can actually hit him. Okay, one of the poleaxes can actually... Why do you have 120 hit and you only have 105 hit? Oh, biorhythm. Of course. Whenever there's a difference in hit rates in this game, blame biorhythm. Okay. Oh, this could go really, really... The Black Knight's not gonna... Nah, he can't reach. Pretty sure, yeah, Black Knight can't reach. Okay. Though, getting Soren out of this water might be much, much harder than getting him in. I was about to say, depending on how things go, Soren might even be able to... might not even need Meteor to attack Micaiah, but no, I still like using Meteor. Finally! Flare looks pretty cool in this one, and it didn't even restore any HP because Soren's already capped out on that. But Flare during the enemy phase might be appreciated, especially after the crossbow inevitably hits him. As for everyone else, yeah, Ranulf will hang around here just in case I need him. Because I very well could need him. And Boyd will get stuck there. I need to make sure that I can definitely take out these two Wyvern wolves. Might move Ulki a little bit back so that the hand axe guy doesn't end up stuck in the water where I can't get to him. And I'm not equipping my ranged weapon anymore. Just remembered that. It was worth it to critical Edward, but still. Maybe I should go for Negan Theon, even though that's really mean, because they're just incredibly weak. Oh yeah, something I should mention here. So, I might have showed in the pacifism data in the last part that Brom will not attack Meg. Meg will also not attack Brom. What that means is that if you have Meg and Brom next to each other, neither of them will fight each other. And that makes perfect sense, because that was a weird thing for Gage to do. He kind of walked back a little bit. But yeah, they're father and daughter after all. No way is Brom going to fight his own daughter. So, yeah. Meg and Brom will never attack each other in this chapter. They can talk to each other, but they won't fight. And you can't even make them fight. Unless maybe, like, I forget if magic cards get around pacifism. They might. I'm not entirely sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But even then, I mean, you'd have to be really heartless to have Brom fight his own daughter, even if she is terrible in gameplay. Seriously, if you do have Brom fight his own daughter, you should be ashamed of yourself. Okay, Black Knight not to... Ooh, okay. That was a weird noise I just made, but I forgot that Janeth was going to untransform there. And yet, you don't have enough weight to carry Nephany anymore, so I'm just picturing Janeth suddenly being like, and then just struggling to hold on to Nephany now. Unfortunately, if I drop Nephany, she won't be able to switch her equipment. but I kind of want to do an Aaron versus Nephany fight. So what is she equipping? Still Great Lance. Okay, so she won't actually be able to counterattack him. I guess if I'm going to go ahead and do that, I might as well go for a Ha versus Nolan as well. I guess they're the closest counterparts. I mean, Ha's real counterpart is Jill, but I already beat Jill. Okay, only 2 more turns to go. Okay, Gatry can reach the hand axe guy. Good to know. Not enough to kill, though. Okay, Rolf can do this, though. Pretty sure crossbows don't give weapon experience, so I might as well do this. Actually, I might as well have used the steel bow, but, well, I don't know. Okay, if you don't gain strength here... Well, actually, that was good, but that was Blossom. Oh, I just thought of something that... Yeah, that is cap speed, so that's kind of nice at least. I just thought of something that would have been really cool in this chapter. They should have given you bonus experience for every one of the Dawn Brigade named characters you defeat. That would have actually been really cool. Like, I know that depending on how many of them have been trained, it would have been difficult to get the full amount of bonus experience, but I think that would have been actually pretty cool. I'm kind of disappointed they didn't do that, because I'm pretty sure this chapter, just because it's forced to take 12 turns anyway, so there's no way there's a turn bonus for this one. So it's really just the regular clear bonus. Might as well break this. So just to give an optional objective, and it could have, like, discouraged turtling as well, giving you bonus experience for every named character of the Dawn Brigade you defeat. Yeah, that actually would have been cool. It's a shame they didn't do that. And hand axe broken, I don't care. Okay, we're getting close to that moment, quote unquote. Yeah, Ike needs to get in. Oh, there's a dead tree in the way if he goes there. The Black Knight can't get there though, so I could. Although, no, that guy is Mia's foe. Although, we do have a couple of lances there, but Mia's pretty... Oh yeah, also got to remember to watch out for Micaiah's range. That's a reasonably decent hit rate though. You know what? I mean, I might as well do that. The Black Knight won't be able to attack her anyway. If on some off chance that he can, I can just have Ranulph grab her. But you! How dare you interfere with Mia's destined duel? You! Prepare to be destroyed! Thank you, Mia. That guy deserved it. And Black Knight's attack range did not change. Good. Oh wait, no, that's Nolan. Obviously don't want to go in Nolan range, because that would be really, really bad. Okay, that's annoying. Probably should have given Ike like a depth or something like that. I don't know. Huh. What to do here? I actually think I might want to have Soren go here. And one round the General. Black Knight won't be able to reach him from there, will he? Because that is a thicket this General's occupying, so I think the Black Knight's got his movement lowered. And yeah, so by the way, this chapter on hard mode, without you being able to view enemy ranges, yeah, it's kind of hell. You need to memorize exactly how much armored units get slowed down by thickets, or in this case, reeds. Because, yeah, okay, Black Knight can't get there. But yeah, can you imagine doing this without enemy ranges? This is extremely nerve-wracking if you can't lock in enemy ranges. Oh yeah, I should mention, it's annoying that you're, what's happening, but, Soft's battle dialogue here is really great, with any of the Grail mercenaries. He has a really good line. And of course, he has a pretty good boss conversation with Ike, too. Okay, we only have a few more turns left. So Soren is gonna need to remember to meteor Micaiah soon, because that is one of the things that I absolutely need to do in this chapter, that and the Black Knight duel. Well, it's not going to be a duel, it's going to be so much as they exchange one blow each, and then Ike runs away like a little coward because, because he has to, otherwise Eclipse will just destroy him. Oh yeah, speaking of which, a requirement for that conversation is that both Ike and the Black Knight need to survive the duel. So, it is actually possible to beat the Black Knight here, but doing so robs you of the second playthrough exclusive character. So obviously you don't want to do it. It's happening. It's happening. Now that Har has claimed the title of Dragon Lord, the enemy is doomed. Agree with me! Just kidding, that's not going to be my thing. I was hoping they wouldn't do that. I've come so far without any enemy doing that yet. Maybe leaving that priest alive was a good thing. Because he would have physicked that guy and then, well, there goes Salt's concoction. Yeah, it's gone. I'm not getting it back. The generic enemies are not that kind. They do not return your stolen items after the chapter is over. So, yeah. Yeah, you're kind of going to run out your wind edge pretty quickly like that. That is one downside of Adept. It does consume weapon uses. And that's one physics staff use on Micaiah lost. Okay, Destined duel number 2. You know, I've never need third tiers by defeating you. Oh, no. Okay, so yeah, this is about the point where the Black Knight starts moving. Wow, that actually... You're doing better against Soren than I thought you would. Oh. I'm so sorry, Leonardo. I'm actually almost like, I'm kind of half crying as I say that because, yeah, that was incredibly painful. Yes, you are. Okay, this is actually not good. The Black Knight is getting dangerously close to being able to attack Soren if he meteors Micaiah. Except Soren can meteor Micaiah from here and the Black Knight can't get to him. That's good. I could also meteor Meg if... You know what? Do I dare just see how much this does? Yeah, I'm so sorry. This is the first time I've ever had Soren double Micaiah with Meteor. So, I've never actually defeated Micaiah in this chapter before. I guess it's a first for everything. But, okay, so Black Knight. Okay, so you know what? I'm actually going to cave in battle save right now. Because the Black Knight could critical Ike. And that would be obviously really bad. Now, Nia needs to run right now. Run, Nia. Okay, so that is the Black Knight's attack range. The Black Knight must not melee Ike under any circumstances, because then Ike is just dead. Stupid unit tags getting away. Can I turn those off for a second? Yeah, let's turn those off for a bit. Okay, that is a better indication of how much range you have. Because I really don't want to have to initiate the attack. But just in case I do... Okay, I can probably afford to turn the unit window back on again. I forgot that Ike had Smite. Smiting Mia away might not be a bad idea, though. It'll let Mist heal her in relative safety. And let's... Actually, no, wait. Equipping the one-use Wind Edge might be fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and smite you. Oh, they can get into melee with Ike. Well, at least if one of them does, then the Black Knight will still be able to attack Ike from range. Okay, before I have Soren fight Micaiah, because that is actually a very important conversation, I'm going to go ahead and begin my other destined duels. Not like that's really going to help, because he's just going to re-equip his weapon. I forgot about Resolve! Okay, that could be really, really bad for Nephany. But he can't attack Nephany in melee range, so he's not going to crit her. And that should mean that she, unless Aaron goes there and then Nolan attacks in melee range, and that would be really terrible. This is actually really bad. I shouldn't have done that. That was really stupid. Resolve is not good. But what I can do is this. And Mist levels up. Really? And depending on how things go, I might even be able to get Rolf to attack that guy on the last turn. That'd be kind of funny. But I kind of need to stage a retreat here. Once the Black Knight starts moving, you need to start running. You really don't want him to attack you in melee range. Okay, let's do this. Meteor on... I should probably Meteor Nolan if I... No, I can't even Meteor Nolan. Yeah, let's go Meteor Micaiah right now. Doing it with Meteor is a little weird, because it means that Soren has insanely good vision and can see Micaiah's brand from this far away, but yeah, this was probably more intended for a close-up conversation. Oh, double support, nice. Yeah, your supports still work, even when you're enemies. So, that conversation is required to unlock a special epilogue scene. And the music that played there, the song is called The Goddess's Rebuke. The only way to hear that song is to fight Micaiah in certain chapters. This is one of your chances to hear it. There will be another chance to hear it later on. And apparently Micaiah's only worth one experience. Yes, that's kind of fitting. Yeah, I can't even rest with Janet. I really don't want Mia to die. I really don't want Mia to die here. Speaking of people I don't want to die here, Ike and the Black Knight, that's also going to be a moment of truth. Oh, great, I was afraid you'd do that. Please, Nolan, don't be awesome here. I know I don't ask that of you very often, but please don't be awesome here. Oh, they can both attack Ike and melee. That's going to be totally fine, actually. And no wind edge anymore. Ike's still double because apparently missing doesn't consume a use even if your weapon hits their shield. Okay, Ike can still be attacked from range, and Soren is in support range, so I'm... Actually, no, the Black Knight's hit rate is stupid, so Ike is still probably in kind of a bit of danger. Okay. In fact, Ike doesn't even need to use a wind edge, honestly. I was afraid you'd do that. Okay, Neffany being at full health, she can probably handle Nolan. Or Nolan could just attack from range, like a coward. At least he's not using toughness. That's good. And yeah, his hit rate's probably a lot higher than 45 because he has resolve multiplying skill. Come on, Black Knight. Here it is. So, this conversation is not only required to unlock something important, it's also the biggest localization change in the game. I'm going to fully explain this after the conversation is over. The line about the Black Knight's armor blessing being gone, which by the way is still in the Japanese version, is interesting. It actually means he's vulnerable to hammers and armor slayers now, so if you have any of these, you can actually do some pretty decent damage to the Black Knight. Oh boy, please don't crit me. Oh, you don't even have a chance of critting me anyway. Interesting. And, yeah, missed. So that's pretty much perfect. Now Ike needs to run the hell away. And Soren also needs to run the hell away, but thankfully he can run into the water where the Black Knight can't get to him. So yeah, that conversation. So they explain in the English version why the Black Knight survived is that he actually let Ike win after hearing that Grail had crippled his sword arm, in the hope that Ike would one day grow to be Grail's equal so he could actually have the real fight that he wanted. Presumably, due to the Black Knight letting Ike win, he was completely unharmed in that fight, and so he could just warp powder out before the castle collapsed on him. So, the way the Japanese version explains the Black Knight's survival is very, very different. And yes, they did rewrite that conversation from the ground up, entirely, except for the part about the blessing being gone. That was still there in the Japanese version. They rewrote that conversation entirely, and I'm sure that even the absolute most die-hard of Japanese purists will agree with me that this was worth it. Because when I tell you the reason why the Black Knight survived in the Japanese version, you're gonna suddenly stop hating on some of Fates' contrived plot points, because this is worse. This is so much worse, and it's just so bad, it's hilarious. So, without further ado, I am not making this up, this is really how they explain the Black Knight's survival in the Japanese version. So, the Black Knight, when he teleported to Nado's castle, his warp powder malfunctioned, teleporting his soul and armor to the castle, but not his body. Because of this, Ike didn't fight the Black Knight at his real strength because his body wasn't there, he was just a disembodied spirit in a suit of armor. That is why Ike was easily able to defeat him. Also, that is how the Black Knight was able to survive a castle collapsing on top of him. But, wait a minute. How did the Black Knight's soul reunite with his body? What happened to his body while his soul was gone? How did the Black Knight retrieve his armor from Nardos Castle after the whole thing collapsed? Because it is a definite plot point, it's the same armor. You can even see the scars on it from his duel with Ike in the last game. And why has Warp Powder never done that in the series before or since? They never established that warp magic works that way in any dialogue. And this game actually makes a pretty big effort to fully explain exactly how the Black Knight's warp powder and also warp staves work. We'll see a conversation later on in the game that goes into that in a lot more detail. They make the rules of warp magic very clear, which makes it even more contrived that something like, oh yeah, by the way, warp magic can malfunction and only teleport your soul and not your body. That never comes up anywhere else in the game. Clearly, it only exists just to explain away the Black Knight managing to escape Nardos Castle. It's incredibly stupid, and I really think you can't blame the localization team for completely rewriting it. Now, the cool thing is that the detail about Ike revealing in the duel that Grail crippled his sword arm was always present. Even in the Japanese version, Ike says that. So the localization actually took a detail that always existed, even in the Japanese version, and expanded on it, and also, it's in character for the Black Knight to think like this. He wants to fight Gawain's protege at his full strength, and finding out that Gawain crippled his sword arm, and thus he never had a proper fight with Gawain, that would motivate him to keep his son alive, because that's the closest thing to being able to fight Gawain himself, and watch him grow and be worthy of Gawain's legacy. It's in character for him. It's a really, really good localization change in my opinion. And because of that, yeah, I actually applaud the localization team for doing that. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there are Japanese fans of Fire Emblem who know about the localization change and actually prefer the English version. Because, I mean, you know, there are plenty of English-speaking Fire Emblem fans who prefer the Japanese version of some Fire Emblem plot points. Why not the other way around? So, yeah, that's how I feel about this. I feel like the change was definitely for the better. And now, back to our regularly scheduled Destined duels. Oh, they didn't get it a third tier. Would have been great if it got it a third tier. Oh yeah, and Aaron's not even important enough to have pre-battle dialogue. Poor Aaron. That for some reason that reminds me of one of the lines in Hercules, where he's like, "Oh, Phases has been captured, my lord. Everyone's been captured. I've been captured." What's the best hit rate of Ha's weapons? It's the Killer Axe. This might still miss because Nolan has Resolve. And Nile. But no, it didn't. So Ha wins his duel. And with that, we have defeated everyone on the... Oh, well, there is Soph. I would really like to show Ike fighting Soph. Pay no attention to that sudden cut there. That's totally not suspicious at all. Anyway. No, don't worry. I didn't fail this chapter or anything. But, there's just... You'll see later. I'm gonna go ahead and have Rolf kill you. And everyone else is just gonna get the heck out of here. Oh, yeah, I need to save a Meteor later, but... Oh, temptation to Meteor Meg really, really high. I mean, I would Meteor Soph, but I kind of feel like Ike needs to be the one to do that, and Ike's not in a position to do it at this point. No, it's not worth it. I'm not doing that. I'm not that mean. Okay, that was a weird noise as well, but I think Reynolds can get out of the Black Knight's range. Yes, he definitely can. Which is good, but I need to keep everyone else away from the Black Knight. Run, run, now, everyone, run away. Run. Just like old times, just like those Black Knight chapters in Path of Radiance. And how fitting that Jadif and Ulti are the only two who are left to move. This will be the last turn, and yeah, this is a very long video, but I think it kind of deserves it. If I ever meet Robert Clotworthy at a convention, I'm going to ask him to voice that entire speech I just did about the Black Knight and the Japanese version's reason for him surviving. These should be one of the last enemies we end up fighting. And there are actually quite a few cutscenes at the end of this chapter too, so yeah, this is going to be a really long video. Now you see why I did all of the that's Salt's concoction, you stupid generic soldier. And it's over. We've delayed them enough. Now let's run before the Black Knight kills us all. That is interesting, and I think there's a little bit of extra dialogue in the extended script where Soth says a few more things about them not being told about the bird tribe. No, please retreat. It's going to be really stupid for you guys to stay in the fight. It's interesting how we keep getting caught in the exact same situations, just on different sides. So last time, we were completely stuck with no avenue of retreat, and if we continued to fight, we'd be slaughtered, but now it's their turn to be on the receiving end of that. Something's gone wrong with Micaiah's visions, too. That can only mean things are really serious. Well, who's surprised at this? Probably no one. We'll find out why Lekhain can warp later. Of course Sephiroth didn't come, because if he had, then I don't think we would be in this situation. And 5 Cyclops appear. You know, considering what this is, I wouldn't be surprised if those were black Cyclops in this situation as well. Something's very clearly wrong with Peleus here. But all we get is a clear bonus, because we have to take exactly 12 turns. And that was over. I hope you enjoyed all of the duels that I had in that one. I know this was a very long video, but it's a pretty significant chapter overall. So, next time, we have a little bit of a breather overall. There's a lot of people who really hate the next chapter. I personally, like I said, consider it a breather, so I'll see you for the next one.